Hey Mzansi, welcome to this week's exciting episode of Raw and Uncut. This is the most special. Actually, this is the first episode, ne?
Yeah, the first ever.
This is the first ever episode. Yeah, the big question. Yeah, we are discussing serious matters.
Yeah.
No, now we're discussing serious
we are trying to shape our future. We are literally.
So in the house today, I have my main man. This is going to be my co-host going forward for this segment of the big question. Intro senyana.
Ayo, what up? This is your boy. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. My name is Neo Mukwena. You find me on Instagram and Facebook, Neo Mukwena _264. Well, welcome to the big question.
Yeah, I remember 2000. Man, also come about the handle. Yeah. Instagram. Kapa love handle. Kapa handle. Ay, plus lonal language
Yeah, you won't relate.
Yeah, I know I won't.
Okay.
But my pop na is anya. Yeah, bra. We're discussing serious matters, man. You know, I've always had problems. I've always had questions. Actually, that's all.
Yeah.
When you walk around, you see, man, our youth. Our youth.
Yeah.
But then, happy in my head, I know it's man-made, man. When from your perspective, why do you think youth is not interested in serious stuff? What could be the reason behind that?
No, one would say it's a brainwash.
Yeah.
But now, what I would say, I personally, and I bet like a lot of people will agree with me on this one, especially Batuawa Hulu, like concerned as you are, seeing this on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I feel like this is actually an inheritance.
Yeah.
So it's actually one thing you won't see with a naked eye. You need to go, I suppose, extra mile obey that much concern or
you know, a way to explain that is oblivion. Like I once watched this movie whereby this guy was living a life.
Yeah.
But I say aware of the system. It's like you're playing a game, but there's a system that's controlling the whole game.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
Until Aba aware of the surroundings, then Aba break a system, and the system he was not supposed to break that system because he was programmed. I think that's the word.
Okay, yeah.
Being programmed.
Yeah, we are like it's. I don't want to say we are programmed. I don't believe I'm programmed.
Bruh, you'll be surprised. Yeah. But hey, anyway, I guess you have questions that you prepared for me.
Yeah.
Since, well, this is the big question.
The big question. You need to understand that. Okay, like the question I have, it's more or less the same question, like you just asked me.
Yeah.
But then according to you, why do you think youth, I wouldn't really say or label age, or like it starts from this age until a certain age, or like why you know, like why are they, I wouldn't say by maza man, but yeah, they're actually not entertaining, they're just not concerned, most of them, not everyone though, in matters relating to government matters, and like the entire thing, the political propaganda, especially affecting our daily lives.
You'll have to understand certain things, because we were never meant to be in or woke. The system, the way it was created. Remember, we would have to go back to the apartheid system. Actually, we have two systems that play a crucial role right now. It's the apartheid system and the current system that we have. The apartheid system, but it played a role the way and the current system created our current government. Leona, understand? remember, apartheid wasn't just a system. It wasn't just a racial separation system. It was mental. It was mental colonization. It was very deep. Hano create apartheid. South Africa be business. Remember, the people Banemba take a part in apartheid. Like they had their homes in UK. And remember, if it's winter this side, if it's summer that side,
and makes sense. There's nothing about Isankamunan besides whatever
business. So South Africa was business back then, and black people nearly the labor. You understand? They were laborers, so they had to create a system and keep on that way. Through propagandas and stuff. Black people were criminalized for gathering. Organizing or just dreaming beyond survival. During the apartheid system, survive. The mindset didn't just disappear in 1994. It's still living. Our educational system.
So on that, as like way older than me, what draws a line between like the youth we had 1994 going back and 1994 like until today?
Okay, remember we like the system. Let's go back to the apartheid system. Black people during the apartheid system, they were aware of their surroundings, what the whites were doing, because remember they were inflicting this form of punishment. You had to obey. Understand? And because nabai born I believe by feel, unlike you by feel but by born. Understand? So there's a huge difference. You there's this invisible force able keep on the way that they are. Understand? I'm not sure if I'm going deep enough for you.
Like I get it. And no, whatever I think no man, like government in terms of, I mean, there's a lot of things. Now I do not want to mention the current issue, the headlines, but now actually it's one of those things. But now, like is there a time where a government like ingile accountability in terms of whatever that is happening here?
Okay, let's break down what just happened, since you just mentioned it. Government is a operator, so damage control. Damage control. I can see the commission, your Zondo commission, Holabanad commission, Yamaricana. Do you still remember the load shedding? Do you know the results from that?
I don't.
And how and how long it took? No, like let's talk about Marikana. What was the conclusion?
You know, like
no. Okay, just to answer that, we still don't have conclusion. Because it's been dragging and dragging. The Zondo Commission, I think, it cost the country 1 billion.
So now, on this issue system, do you think this whole thing the commission, it's part of the system or it's a system itself?
Keep them busy or something. Keep them busy or something, whilst we protecting each other. The apartheid system was a business. We're still living in an era where leaders are they are running a business. South Africa is still a business.
Okay, so do you feel like as the youth, like we normalized this issue as survival so much that we don't even question power anymore? I mean, at all.
Happy you'll have to understand, it's by design. Apartheid forced black people into ghettos, just to disconnect them from the economy and infrastructure. Understand? Those ghettos became places of grinding survival, where trims left illegal. Okay, if you had a trim, it was illegal for you to have a trim. You have to understand this. And then post-apartheid, the geography stayed the same. Born and Sheba the way in 2018, so that the location. It was strategic. In such a way, you are closer to town, yet far away from town. Understand?
Makes sense.
The way in a way during apartheid, it's still the same. Understand? So apartheid they change, but the system we inherited the system. Understand? The hunger state. So we hustle and we get used to scarcity. And the questioning power starts to feel like a waste of time. Youth hangata ibona jwala. I mean, so you don't. It has become a normal. Why question power?
Okay, so now do you feel it's important? I mean, I think in the next.
I mean, why on so Yeah, but I've been around Nagonyana.
So do you think like we are the future, and it goes without saying, we cannot hide that. You know, do you feel like as the youth, what is it that we can do as the youth? Like people who are meant to account, but be accountable, because now whatever bubu do whatever like right now, and we are silent about it. I feel like I don't feel like it's gonna be a situation
first of all, you will have to understand the way. Now, the biggest problem with our youth today, from my perspective, I still stand to be corrected. They are not even aware of what's happening. Understand? So for you, you will have to know what is happening, and it's so mental. It's so psychological. It's not even funny. So majority of our youth, they are not aware of what's happening. Understand? There's a curtain, and behind that curtain, a lot is happening. Now we can interrogate a lot. Your departments. Think of like the recent scandals, the ghost employees, Department of Health. Understand? It's things they are not even aware of. Mara, I'll give you an example. I just lost my brother. He was sick. I remember the day Dr. Neretebela. And Neretebela because he was overworked. It's a small thing. And I kept asking him, can you do the test? Test them to know, test everything and check what's the problem. But for Yana it was a small thing. Don't worry, man. This thing can disappear. And I could feel he was chasing us away because he was tired. Understand? Those people are overworked. Because if doctors are 5, there's 1 or 2 doctors. But lining, 50 and so on. Whereas who create the ghost workers?
So they are overworked.
They are overworked. And but chelete understand? And but while lining, they are not even aware of that. They would question unaware. These people are just normal people. They are overworked. Whereas Chaletela mailing a patale extra 2 doctors here somewhere the ghost employees.
You know, like on that thing, like talking about the clinic line and everything. I've encountered like a lot of people my age where we really have to discuss this thing, or like just to question them. Well, why is it, and what is it that you can do? You know, and everything, bariki politique, I've encountered that a lot.
You know what? I hate the word politic. everything daily life. Nkare batho ba bang ke di politicians and stuff. Still propaganda. Still propaganda. Because now, I'm sorry ka go kene hanong. Now that you mentioned that, I'm not interested in politics.
This country,
it's a daily thing. It all affect the daily. So we can't refer to that as politics. I don't like politics. But I want to discuss daily life. What affects us daily?
Okay, daily life.
How like I just made an example. But those are politics. They are not politics. They are affecting us daily.
So what I was actually going to ask you right now is that do you think our schools are they teaching us, or have they ever taught us how to challenge leadership?
You will have to understand. Just I can explain like apartheid. The framework that still exists, it's still the same framework even though it was created.
It was used.
It was created during the apartheid era. So to answer your question, never, because they are still using the colonial framework. The Bantu education system was designed to make black kids obedient laborers, not thinkers. We do not interrogate. Like whatever you are given, we engage one. You just take it. Kick it away. System we do not question. So today we call it the CAPS curriculum. Understand? Which is the CAPS, which is the latest type of curriculum. Mara Heinz but over question. Understand? Remember what we said about apartheid. You were not supposed to question.
Okay.
So can you see the continuity?
So now it makes sense why. I mean, so many people can actually on this one. I mean, there's that thing like you have to be in history school. When you're doing history, you are regarded as you are dumb or something. So it makes sense because now in most cases, like the education we need, but the knowledge rather we need it. It's actually what's on those history books, even though it's not like at some point it can liberate you from something or just deal with your conscience in terms of understanding all that things. So I think education, as you were saying, it's part of that.
Ndana, think about this. How many let's talk about the hawkers.
Okay.
How many of them understand financial literacy? Like the finances of the business. How many of them? Actually, we were supposed to be taught those things during our school years. But still, literally, the company moto are ke batla tender. What should I study or get tender? For me, question, I wanted to laugh, but the way this thing in all you need is business registered. So as a hawker, you also need a registered business. Understand? So that remember, there's a threshold. The opportunities in South Africa, they registered. But a big company. Maybe over supply kadi apple kana bona ya let's say banali workshop. We need apples and stuff. You can't supply them with those apples. I agree you are a vendor or a hawker. I'm just making an example. Because how do you invoice? Understand? Businesses registered over invoice. Understand? So meaning a hawker on the street, a vendor on the street,
and which is part of the I don't know, learning or rather education that we need.
Those things were supposed to be included in our curriculum.
Do you think education it aligns with our daily life? Or or like the education that we are given align the demands of the industry, if anything?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry to say this, but no. It doesn't align with your daily requirements.
Yeah.
Because I'm in business. I'm in business. I had to learn. Remember, Kile varsity and came back. Okay, fine. I did. There are parts where money gets about marketing and stuff. Those things came in handy for now. But survival, the hustle, education, I address those things. You know what our education does now? The way it teaches us to memorize. You don't analyze. You just pass exams.
Okay,
You don't challenge power. Even life orientation avoids civic duties. And political education. And there's a reason for that. Why who avoid such things?
Political education.
You are not supposed to know those things. You know why? Because you will question. They don't want you the questioner. You are not supposed to question. And can you still see continuity from during our apartheid era, whereby black people were not supposed to question anything? It's much better now, even if though it's sharper, because it's sharper mentally. Sharper serious. Questioning. I can obey them law, and then when you decide to question it, mentally. They make sure you are not supposed to question. So our school teaches how to fit into the system, not how to change it.
Yes, earlier, just right before we had cameras on, there's something you mentioned, and it really made sense. Why is it that somebody would go to school, study LLB for about 4 years plus, and not have that I don't know, that courage or that power or something it motivates him? I mean, there's a lot of people like they encounter or the potholes. I mean, on their everyday life. I mean, why is it that those people, I mean, lawyers are people we need to advocate for us in issues relating to all these things? Why do you think it's part of the education too?
Ndona, it's not just part of the education system.
Okay.
It's part of the entire system. How many times can I kill varsity?
Okay.
You know how Fisher varsity Fisher only an activist. You're vocal. And then first year, second year, third year. Third year mangata. We can do this. Why is we involved? Why don't we question government and stuff? You'll get the answer. The answer will be, I'm focused. I just want to focus on my studies. I don't want to understand. Why is it? The system is created in such a way that, and I will tell you why. It's created in such a way that it instills fear.
Okay.
Because now you are doing your third year or your fourth year. Are you aware? Very soon, or place you into the job market.
Okay. Yeah.
Now there's this thing there's this thing we go to your daily life, your social media. Understand? Where now you think I get for interview, and then what would you again to the social media in your house?
Okay, so they
go deeper. They check your history. And stuff. Now, our people know social media
fear
because now people question all these things. Understand? So it's a system. It's part of the system. It was created that way. And then you mentioned there would be lawyers. Let me make an example. Places like Monexon, there are lawyers. Just like everyone else, not just lawyers. People are well informed. They know you can hold the municipality accountable because constitution you have right to water and the constitution overrule everything. You understand? Even the municipality knows ba commit what we can call a constitutional crime or whatever you can refer to it. It's wrong otole a place senameti because constitution moto onale right to meet. So accountability. Kamele it's like these people by they are well informed like your lawyers. Why was a holding municipality accountable? It's fear of the unknown. It's a system. It's created that way. The most vocal people keep people by saying part of the system. Like your normal guy on the street, the activist. And normally when you look at them, and this guy is not well off. But how can this guy is making sense? Our middle class, they do not participate. All they want to do is to take their kids to school. Education is sharp. And then that's it. That's all they are interested in. So it's deep.
And it just makes sense. I mean, you just highlighted something that I was not aware of for, I think, half of my life, if anything. Like, yeah, it's actually a system. So now I understand now, like,
for
system.
For sure, you have friends who think like that. Can I update this colony?
It was 2022.
So meaning you'd be in your third year. When I'm about to discuss as serious matters. If you want to invite them to the podcast, I'll just LLB, I do discuss such things and fish paste, you know.
Well, so you mentioned something that has to do with like the platform, like in terms of like maybe going to an interview, applying for a job, and now they do a background check.
They do.
So now like that falls under platform, like in terms of maybe social media or something. And I mean, right now, if una strike, there can be a picture of you that is linked or somewhere.
Exactly.
So now, with all that, what platforms do you think we need to use in terms of raising our concerns, if anything, to all these issues?
Ndona Mamel, you need to make as much voice as you can. All the platforms, they are very powerful. All the platforms are very powerful. You need to name and shame. You know, when you name and shame crime or corruption, that's the only way of beating corruption. So you have to use, if you have four platforms, whether it's your Twitter, whether it's your TikTok, whether it's your Facebook, whether it's your whatever. That's my feeling. That's just my take on it.
And there's this thing, I saw it on Twitter. They say government fears youth, like it's Hapa youth so much. And now there's one thing I saw, and youth yaruna, it's more on social media, your Twitter, Instagram, all those things. And these people, they have a lot of following. I mean, these people are able to get brands sponsoring them, like making them drive cars and everything. I mean, I'll make an example with a YouTuber, Sonobile, or I'm mentioning him because he's from the Free State. He has a lot of followers. Do you think, like, those kind of platforms, because I'm talking about somebody who has about 150 followers, 150 plus subscribers, do you think that will be relevant or a right platform to use in terms of awakening? I mean, how do we get to somebody Ilunguri has an influencer? I mean, those influencers are people that has a lot of if you look at a party, I don't want to mention which party, takes this young.
We're not mentioning any parties. This is not supposed to be challenging anyone. We're just sharing information. We're just waking people up. So it's
they use this youth uri bafisele the other youth, and it's for that. I mean, they are aware that these people have numbers. So with those people who has numbers, like what is it that you I'm one of those people who have, I mean, some followers on my platforms. Like what is it? Like how do we, like, do you think this is our platforms in a right way?
Now let me tell you something, man. Our government fears youth. And in you and I, there's no question about it, and I'll tell you why. You guys, like you are if there's such a word, you are opinionated. Like you have your own opinion. Remember, a government that likes the older people, and that's why they know we have numbers. And youth are because youth woke. I'll tell you something. 1976. There's no country eka liberate young without youth.
Yeah.
Go to the streets and stuff. Youth is very powerful, and youth are well informed. And most governments are youth because youth are well informed. You can go to America; it's still the same thing. They fear youth because now, if you check, let's make an example of Trump. Trump is an old person, and his style of governing, it resonates with the older and a certain group of people. Understand? And another problem, just like in South Africa, youth in America they do not participate when it comes to voting. Understand? And Bawishengare, they could keep the youth the wailing at them. It discouraged when it comes to voter and all of those things, because now youth is very dangerous for any government in the world. Youth can overturn can overpower and overturn any government in the world, because now how about the states we don't allow youth from the majority into that country. Understand? So and then the point here, social media, bruh, it still goes back to tabaya propaganda. It still goes back to tabaya. Remember, most things are captured in South Africa. So what happens? The algorithm, the way it functions. It always promotes social life. Life in it's soft. Understand? Soft power and all of those things. But when it comes to harsh realities, you really, especially if you are youth, now maybe through my news feeds, politics, those hardcore things. But with you, piano wire, Rajaifa, correct. Understand? So you for me to keep my numbers, post these people don't want to hear this serious stuff. Youth doesn't want to hear serious stuff because already, because of the trauma of the past we were born into a system. It's a hustle. When you wake up, when you open your eyes, it's a hustle. So youth, I have that trauma.
And talking about that, I'm aware of something. I'm not sure if I'm the only person aware of this. There's this thing, man. When you switch your TV on, have you seen? We are being, the only serious matters like that we see on TV is when you go to that one, like that 30 minutes. Dubbing, like that part, but in the rest of the channels, the rest of the TV, especially in South Africa, I'm talking about Mzansi, whatever, like those channels. There isn't anything that is educational. There isn't anything. Do you think, in terms of the system, do you think system is even affecting, or the current system is affecting what we hear, what we see? I mean, how we walk, everything. I mean, right now I'm talking to Mutomuhulu, who pays DSTV or whatever TV license every day just to watch the soaps the rest of the time. There's nothing educational.
No, I would beg to differ. You know why? Especially with this paid TV. I don't know how many channels do we have. We have channels, the educational.
South Africa. Tell me something I don't know.
Your news channels.
Okay.
They go deeper, they will teach you. But let me tell you something. Youth our youth is always looking for
okay, yeah,
like I told you. Let me ask you a question, Wena, personally. How many times do you go for the channels your news channels and stuff as compared to your Mzansi and stuff? You understand? So there are those platforms they discuss and they serious. We do have platforms, but let me tell you something. They gatekeep, man. The ward councillor officer is supposed to be the closest link to the government.
Okay.
The closest link to the government, but it often feels like another fortress. Under apartheid, they built municipalities without community input.
Okay.
Community national, that habit will continue. Whereby they are busy the meeting, but it feels like those meetings. They feel like it's a political party. How many times have you been to the meetings? What, for example?
Well, I don't wanna lie. I've been, I think, twice, and I couldn't relate with whatever that is discussed there, because it's just not what we need. It's what they want us to hear. So in most cases, you wouldn't find me in such issues.
Like I said, the habit continues. The meeting happens without proper notice. Petitions get lost. Youth participation feels performative. Even on social media, I mean, social media is the tool that we're supposed to be using. If you are from a poor or rural area, you are already excluded. You understand? It's digital apartheid now. That's the thing.
How do you think the youth should hold the Department of Education accountable? In terms of schools having no books and toilets? I mean, I'm one of the people who have witnessed or seen or kicking in school while I can see that windows are broken, there's no electricity. I can mention a few schools where we have, like, how do you think as youth we should keep or hold the government accountable in such issues?
Remember, I told you, for you to hold anything accountable, you need to know what is happening. Understand? You can't just hold anything accountable if you don't know what's wrong with whatever. Even know that we hold accountable. First, they have to realize that everything is not accidental. Everything is generational neglect. Under apartheid, black schools were underfunded by design. It was intentional. They did it intentionally. Today, that inequality still persists, because a school in Centum has iPads. While a school in Kwakwa has no roof. Youth must document all of these things. Collaborate with the civic groups. Take the department in visual reports and force a reckoning. And if we don't, then they keep playing us like Bantu Education did. It will sound like Bantu Education 2.0.
So it's just modernized.
It's just modernized. It's
rebranded. It's in suits. It's in suits. Okay. So like there's a lot. I mean, I think in this past few seconds we've mentioned hospitals, we've mentioned schools and everything. And I mean, we as the youth, like we see that on a daily basis.
You see that, but behind the curtain you don't see. You see, that's the biggest problem. You have to see that and still see behind the curtain.
Okay,
Yeah. Burning question. We need youth botsang relevant questions. Understand? You need to ask questions. He's saying, people bakata not tea cup of coffee. Then by end up mara discount. All of those things. You need to ask relevant questions. Yeah.
But then, do you think the talk we have as a nation is a talk that is relevant for whatever we're experiencing as a country? Are we having a right talk?
It's more of a normal. It has become a norm. It has become a norm. It's not an interrogative type of a talk. Like we do not interrogate things enough. It's just a normal thing. It's just a normal day. As if Yeah.
And now, is there? Do you think apartheid ended? Did it really end?
Bruh, it's very deep.
Yeah,
it's very deep. Remember what was apartheid? Apartheid laborers. Education system solve that issue. Because now majority of people who are employed, the word just explains everything. But what about we call it tendering. I looked at all the commodities, like CSD, and then there are commodities and stuff. So how to whenever only a request for or code, if it's on RFQ, and so how check everything but we code or few black people have it. Like for example, Nama for Spitly, Dibuka, how many companies do we have? Dibuka. You can think, man, the laptop, the laptop, for example, the mixer, your PA system. What else can we think of? Chairs. How many people do you know that make chairs? But let me ask you another question which is relevant. How many people work Moslachi for Moslach? Can you see over there's continuity? Labor. So apartheid is still winning.
You're still structured in a way. You have to wake up, Hussein, and go to work just to have money.
The framework is still the same. Nothing has changed. Apartheid it will from Kenya tracksuit to feel like Kenya suit to that sort.
Rebranded. I don't know a lot about it, but it sounds like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that I think you've mentioned not long ago about the Department of Health, those ghost posts and everything. I mean, I remember there's a case of, I don't remember the name of this lady who was assassinated in Gauteng, about the 8.5 billion or 85 billion of like fake contracts or but again the ghost contracts, something of like money missing or just
it's what we call behind the curtain. Behind the curtain. You go to a clinic and obona matata no clinic, like the service is very slow and things like that, but you just don't know what's happening behind the curtain. And then who are you going to blame? You just look to blame a sister mama. Mama was slow and stuff. But there's higher power that's in effect. There's someone who's controlling from high above.
So like what can be done, man? In like we have clinics, we have, I mean, how many people do you think lose their lives just this week or just this month in this hospital, or like just here Mobohlokong? Like, how many people do you think lost their lives? And now what can be done in those hospitals and clinics that are under-resourced? People are being overworked, shortage of staff, people like experiencing issues like they are like waiting to die or die waiting, all those things of you go to a hospital and they say just come after 3 weeks or tomorrow, whatever you need will be there. You come, you end up literally not having enough medication, or not being provided or being delivered at all. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think can be done?
Ndona again a question ya bukai.
Yeah.
Continuity. That's still continuity. Let me tell you, we need to understand that apartheid placed clinics far away from black communities. That's number one. And it was done by design. Yeah. We understand. So post 1994, government kept that setup still in Zelington.
Okay.
So the framework is still the same.
Okay, yeah.
You understand? Clinics
when you have only how many clinics, Kamali? Are they 3, 4?
So nahana moto wam or Voga, for example. It's either Oya or Dimo, Pohadi or Utlakamu. And the person is sick. By right, let me be Voga on the clinic. Understand? So apartheid in Yazaka, Kaboom. Like in a structure, Joalo Kaboom. Hore. Rebel stress, rebel so depressed. Remember I told you no satlame on hane big. Big if you have struggles things in the tamaya di. So to answer your question, you need to understand the government ENC underfunded the same clinics that we're talking about further. Understand? And we can't fix this by just waiting. Youth must organize clinic audits, collect testimonies, maybe from and bring the evidence to the MEC. That's again if he will act on that. But then happy the media. Have you noticed? I will make an example. This thing, General. Mkwanas. He went to the media, and do you see what happened? Action. I mean, he's been preaching, but after I for media, there was action. Lockdown.
There was accountability in other ways.
Sort of.
So do you think
that's subjective? But there was sense of urgency. Something had to be done. Something had to be fixed and stuff. So our youth must know how to use media, and watchdog groups like Boma Section 27. I don't know if you know the watch group, the watchdog group. The watchdog group. Maybe it's on Section 27. And let the country see what we are living with, and make it politically dangerous to ignore our pain. That's just my take. Understand? So what needs to happen? In short, make noise.
Okay, talking about social media, these people are going to think I love social media. There's something I saw on the same social media.
Youth. I mean, what's wrong with this? Hello.
Okay. So talking about social media, this thing I just remembered it now. I see a post mentioned by a friend. So it's a complaint. So this guy is saying, no man, Kison down in this other church. So we have Mamrud. So Mamrudi Waziba bu St. John. So Mamrudi, I'm just gonna take this one. I just wanna deliver this because I just remembered of it now. So Mamrudi Salaba paid about 10 years. abalokela di-button.
Okay.
Yeah, cracking. So now the Mam Ruth hits. So now they just found out the Mam Ruth as a Mam Ruth kinda dem Ruth.
Oh yeah, I remember
Okay, yeah. So now, do you think social media is like a right tool, if not real tool, for accountability, or do you think it's just a place for rant? I mean, I think you see a lot of people, politicians or people we think they are people who are demanding, or people, our voices, or some people's voices, like do you think it's a right tool to now a right tool for accountability, if anything?
Now I think it's both. Ne?
Yeah.
But it depends. I feel it depends on how we use it. Remember, apartheid controlled the media. Majority of the media house, even still today, they capture certain people and stuff. So I mean, everything is in our hands, no chain. I understand. Every township youth understand what's and that person can be a reporter. There's this guy in Spanish shop around Bethlehem. You know him, or just the phone. Are you aware of the impact that the guy had? So on a sebedisa in your form no hold Masipala accountable. Facebook and phone high fare. So it depends on how you use it. But if we only vent without strategy, then it fades. We need to turn hands into organized noise. We need to make a lot of noise.
Amplify.
Thank you. That's the word. We need to amplify. Take the right people. Start digital campaigns. Use videos to prove what is broken. Just like Anaita LDZ. Social media can embarrass leaders into action. How many times monomtola I mean stopong or whatever so they become embarrassed. So social media can be a tool. Can you see it? Can you imagine? I'm sorry, can you imagine if we had Boma LDC Babo
about 10 of them?
LDs, man. Maybe but everybody knows it's him. News Sport, Bethlehem News Sport. It's a Zingata. Finally, Bethlehem News is what? Bethlehem what? It's a Boma 10. So social media is the right tool, but if you just rent without action, then.
Because saying that, I'm aware that, and I'm only aware now. I don't know if it makes sense now, or I've been aware that the same people that are in those high-ranking areas, I mean the government itself, they are communicating with us through the same media. So I think it's still the same thing. We can talk back or demand through the same platforms.
Social media, what I like about social media, you can post something and directly. The person who's high, you get you don't need to get their emails. It's not as private as it used to be. Just that they just don't take part in the social media itself, but they are reading. And they are.
Shooty, now what you're trying to say is that the message do get to them. So now are they neglecting it? Are they ignoring? Do you think? I mean, you've made a point right now. The message that does get to people.
No. They're not just neglecting it or whatever. Remember, I'm still gonna make an example. The Bethlehem News Sport. That guy, every time when he talked about something, there would be action tomorrow.
They will be delivering that.
Have you noticed already? There would be action tomorrow, and I would laugh about it because it works. Sometimes it does work.
Yeah.
But it's not just a bedlam thing. This thing needs to be out there, like as in full time, in all these places. Whether we talk about they need to establish such things. They need to establish such. I don't know what we call them. Are they groups or whatever? Where such things are discussed. Accountability can be there.
So now, do you think that we can? I mean, I'll keep on emphasizing, or rather highlighting youth, because if there is anything that I personally am aware of, is that we are the future. And now, how do you think we can be educated as part of youth or young people, young men and women that in this case are not aware of these things? I mean, how can we be educated or be mobilized without sounding like like old people sounding like they are preaching? Because I feel like it's the same thing of
I get what you say.
Yeah.
Ndana mame. I always tell people, if you want to teach a person something, do not speak to the conscious mind. Speak to the subconscious mind. That's how people learn. I remember it was on Sunday. Was it on Sunday or Monday? Yeah, it was on Sunday. Kinal client ya teacher. So on and we discuss this thing ya bana ba yesikolo on Sunday from 7 until whatever. So I raised the point of the problem that I feel correct. It's cold. You are speaking to a person directly. You are speaking to a conscious mind, because this person is too conscious to be learning. You know, if you are too conscious, your paradigm, what it needs, it should be taught via a subconscious mind. When you bend, or like when you put your hands on a hot stove, your subconscious mind will tell you that this thing is hot. You understand? That's how people learn. And let me tell you something. If we tell stories, I just wrote a book. I have a manuscript that I wrote. I'm telling stories. So if you read that thing, then you will know, man, this is what this person, the message that he's trying to convey, the message you saw. So we should tell stories, not give lectures. We must not give these people lectures. Apartheid use schools and churches to push their ideology, and that's why many youth reject anything that feels like preaching. I noticed already. Every time I discuss it, it's serious. So we need to meet them. Understand where they are. On TikTok, Gussie slang, township music, storytelling, podcast. You're one of the podcasts. I still feel like this is too formal. For and then the more chapupia and stuff. It shouldn't be as formal as this. So when you know, when you show people their pain in their language, then they listen, and when they listen, they act.
So now, youth. I'm so stressed. I feel like you're going to have a counselor maybe in 5 years, maybe 25 or 30. To be like somebody who's drunk. I'm stressed because now that's how it feels. Not everyone, but this is how I feel personally. That I feel like drugs or whatever that is distracting you. It's something that is given on a silver platter, that take this and be busy with this. And while we are, this is our country. We own this country. We own this country.
You know another interesting thing, the youth. The youth is going to inherit this country. When all that is old is gone, the youth is going to inherit. So if if they do not partake now, what type of a country are you guys going to inherit?
Exactly.
I don't know if you get
exactly.
Yeah.
And now,
so it's again, it's man-made. It's by design or a youth so. Why do you think drugs are not challenged enough? Understand? What happened to sensitization? Back then, they used to sensitize a lot. Like if your love life. I'm not sure if you know of love life. Love life. Yes, there was so much sensitization. It was not even funny. People used to learn about these things. And those stories, because now no yet to body story understand only sketch all of those things. Remember, I told you, if you want to speak to someone, do not speak to the conscious mind. Speak to the subconscious mind. Tell stories. Body youth club. The sketches give out the sketch today. I can't even remember what the king
because I'm so confused.
So when we to the act don't know act too. Understand? We to the tracks, the tracks, so you learn. If I go to tracks, this is what's going to
like those things. I mean, I grew up or I was exposed to those things. HIV, AIDS, those things.
And do you still remember Bontotetson Soul City? They were very scared.
Okay,
They spoke to they spoke to the subconscious mind, those things. So there was a lot of sensitization back then. So that's the thing.
And now, like South Africa has 9 provinces, and I'm aware that each province contributes to has youth that contributes to like how our social media is run. I mean, how the silence, like they contribute so much in terms of silence and everything. So now in all those things, I mean, unemployment, this type of education and all these things, I mean, how do you think it can be easier that now accountability is taken, and now all across the provinces? How do you think in all these provinces we can come about saying now that like in all provinces, in all departments, in everything, there is now like people are starting to account, people who have to be accounting, like the government itself is accounting in all provinces?
No, let's go back again to the word apartheid. What does it mean? Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. So when you speak of Free State, already there are borders there. There are those imaginary borders. Already we have Sotho speaking, Zulu speaking. There's a border. You understand? It's imaginary because you can't go to a border and say, it's imaginary. So let me tell you something. Apartheid was designed. Divide and conquer strategies throughout. When you go to Africa was one big continent, but it's divided now
so much.
And how can we divide border? Understand? So those things they move from nationally, from continental to national to provinces to
hoods and all that.
So yes, apartheid has kept us divided geographically and racially, economically. Post-apartheid politics, this driver on that division, the very same divisions already constitute apartheid. The more divided we are, the easier we are to control. Imagine a fella youth from Soweto to Kwamashi launching a shared campaign on youth unemployment or maybe police brutality. Okay, so it's easy. le Free State then re bitsa provincial government ya Free State ya tsebo re dila ka bona ke batho ba bona, so it's easy to control these people bona ha ba le mo, and then ba Natala he ska yena your general ba control Natala man, so it's easier to control batho ha ba le divided. So they will that would scare them if on any kind to on Rabaladi border. We are more powerful alone but unstoppable when united.
Okay, so another thing was, do you think there can be pressure? Can we build pressure or like be that powerful without having to bend tires, like organize strikes and all those things? Do you think there's any kind or any way we can do or deal with these things or try and address these things without bending tires or like doing all that?
In fact, ke rata batho ba sebedisang di-tactics. I want people ba sebedisang tactics. Let me tell you something. I get it, there's a constitution. Now, constitution, you can only hold the government or whatever, municipalities or whatever, accountable if you know the constitution. And a constitution, it tells you steps that you need to take if you have grievances and things like that. Understand? So now what I'll tell you, Corey, first of all, we need to have knowledge of what our constitution says, because now remember, every country government get laws. Understand? So what are you going to solve? How shapa stain? Yes, you can put pressure but it should not be a violent one. Like, you know what happened now recently, like that's exactly what needs to happen. So yes, we must. Apartheid made protest a war zone. Tire bans bright, but documentations bans longer. You understand? And we must learn to fight fire with facts. And the rest of this thing by fire, by force, man. For example, on a Michela Delwa. I get example like a pothole. I'll show you a pothole. The follow the right steps. Le ngolla masipala ga bona mathata tjena ga gona o address from masipala. You can masipala sa Arab, then o gona o escalate ntwena until o bolo fihla ho public protector. Understand? Ha ona ntwa mono, and then public protector yona ke yona eta hold masipala accountable, eta batla accountability re ba fetoletsa jwang ka ntwena e tjena. Ha e ba le ene ngare public protector ha etse msebetsi, una le di court. It's possible. Mahwa dula isa di masipala tse ngata South Africa mona ba ba isa court. Understand? Understand? You just follow the right procedures. So first of all, we need to know all the right channels. What needs to be done if there's accountability. Follow the right channels. Do you know 50 people can make a difference? Sign a petition. Memorandum. This are our grievances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you solve them? Please. So it's chabakisona se behind in Tore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understand? And then government it follow up. How is a follow up? Let's follow up alone. Like I said, like until the public protect. And then le court. On a this constitutional court for a reason. How break a constitutional law, constitutional court okay. Looting. No, looting. So right procedures and on.
So now this means if we don't do it, there's nobody to keep them accountable.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Ntho is striver if there's no action.
Yeah.
So the minute you guys, and more especially you as youth, the power. How na country? I still maintain. How na country even liberated. There's no liberation without youth. Youth, you think you're not fair? June the 16th. Who is alling after that?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Like, if not us, just think of it. If you don't do it, who's gonna do it? I mean, the fact that there's about somebody, I think 15 people or 15% of the youth or 15% of the nation or citizens that is quiet, that means we are not all saying it. We are not.
Dana, I get what you're saying. Dana, drink it, or if it's not you who's going to drink it, then who's going to drink it? If the car outside, you're not the one who's driving it, who's going to drive it? Understand? So action is needed. So just to answer your question, no one. We are the first generation born in free South Africa, but raised in ruins of broken promises. Understand? We do not act. Our silence becomes the new form of oppression.
Yeah. Okay.
So we need to act. Accountability isn't just choice in anymore. Understand? And it's our only way of reclaiming the dignity, which is the system. So just to close, in short, the system we inherited is flawed. But our voice aren't. Our voices are not flawed. So we are the generation that must unlearn the fear apartheid taught us, and learn the courage democracy requires.
Powerful.
You get what I'm saying? Then do you want me to repeat that? No, I'm not going to repeat. Marahem. In short, the spark. The book that I wrote, we are waking. Slowly but surely. And who's better to wake up than the youth?
We need.
So let me tell you, now my take. There's nothing wrong with our current government. Our current government, each fellow who hold you accountable, you will see. Accountability. There are things that I remember lockdown.
Wait, what kind of accountability? I think somebody there on the comments was about to ask that.
And then I get discuss it different departments. We like about health, we like about education, we like about policing and stuff. Understand? For example, the constitution area, if people have right to water, so if water is not supplied to the people, then there's a breach of the right that's about. Understand? So the people must hold the government accountable, because now what is the constitution saying? Remember, we are governed by the constitution. What is it saying? But they have a right to hold the municipality accountable. So maybe your question, what kind of accountability? We want water, and we hold you accountable. So suppliers with water, if water is not there, we hold you accountable for that.
So now, do you think the system itself can fix itself? I mean, imagine right now,
the system cannot fix itself, because you know what? The more it's gonna go to fix the system, it's gonna be worse. So what needs to be done? The very same people, remember, I get was Chaba. So was Chaba system must rewrite the very same system.
So the commission, the Zondo commission, do you think that's accountability?
I just don't want to dwell too deep into those. The message was directed to the youth because those are the people who can change this. And let me tell you something: the higher powers, they know. The leaders know. Youth is powerful. The youth can change the whole narrative. Understand? So that is why today our topic had to revolve around Bacha. I saw mention youth. Luna, youth.
I think I'm aging.
16 to so what to make it 35.
Probably.
You still farm.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it. Those are the things that we wanted to discuss. I doubt there's anything further to add.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything missing.
Should we sign off?
Yeah, I think we should sign off.
So that's me, UZE.
But listen, before I go to sleep, you guys need to understand that, I always emphasize this. We are the future. And now what we need to do, we need to demand without any fear, without unapologetically,
unapologetically so.
Unapologetically, we need to do that without any fear of contradiction.
But my man, questioning doesn't mean questioning. In fact, that's what we need. We need to raise the type of youth even a questioner into. You need to question that's all we need. Moto atlo hanana le how questionwa a o bone ole like apartheid in Ibita Mandela a terrorist. Why? Because na question. Was he a terrorist? No, he was not. So we need youth questioner. And we need transparency. We need accountability. All of those things. Well, how botsuwa hore why no sa kenya battery ka mic no account down. Okay, you 1 2 3 and I'm sorry. Next time I promise sorry lead camera di tla be di rata. So we're signing off.
So that's it for today, and do not forget to tune in again next week. And that's from me, Neomukoina _264, the host.
The
host of the flow. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
And again, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is very powerful. We need more of these kind of platforms. Thank you very much.
Another thing, I wish suggest a topic, the big question.
So the big question. We need questions like maybe something you're willing to hear, like on our, it's not our perspective. We do research, and now our research is not only based on what we see on the internet. We do consultations. 20 people make a difference on our research. If 20 people are claiming one thing, that says much, and especially on issues relating to this. So now you're gonna say I'm taking long. So to keep it short, thank you very much for tuning in.
2000 aba batla ntho tse fela go tshwana kana le mnating a o tsama ke bona ba saletseng ka mo. Yeah man, we signing off. For me, TSHEDISO. Pa Zasha.